Hello. Hi, how are we? You know how like everything breaks as soon as I want to try to use it? All right. Can you guys tell I have a different camera? We're using a different camera. The colors looked a little intense. Yeah, I had to turn it off. Turn off the filter that I had. I don't know if it's better than what we were using. It's a GoPro. We're using a GoPro Hero 9. I feel like it's gotta be better than just like my laptop. The previous one was just my laptop, like FaceTime thing. Is the camera laggy? Nah. Not on my end. Why GoPro? Because I can do stuff like this. That's why GoPro. I'm not gonna do that. GoPro for only the most extreme events, like cooking. Extreme cooking! The hair is lovely tonight, honestly. Thank you. I have a little hairband in to keep it out of my face while cooking. Sealing the reveal when. We can do that now. We can do that now. So if there's anything that I want to show you guys that like the gimbal ain't catching, GoPro. Speaking of the gimbal, got it. Also, sorry we're starting stream a little late. One, shit just wasn't working properly. Two, as some of you guys know, we moved in a new roommate yesterday, and so things are a little bit hectic and a little bit like still disorganized and out of sorts. But it's good. We got it all worked out. So things are bueno. With that being said, gotta get our... Anyone I know? I don't think so, Annie. They're not a comedian. They're, actually, they're Danny's old roommate from college. So now there's a Danny and a Daniel living here. I'm collecting the Dannys like Infinity Stones. Are they a nerd? Well, to an extent. Whoa, camera. The Dan, the Florida man. Why is this? See, again, why must things break as soon as I try to use them? Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Hey, thank you for the resub, Okoya. Welcome back, second month. Appreciate that. I also saw we had a Prime sub from Molly Kate. I don't know if Molly Kate is still in here, but thank you for the Prime sub, Molly Kate. Yo, Ben, I have mildly cool news. Let's hear your mildly cool news, Aso. New overlay for Mondays. Same overlay, but I finally updated the alert messages for Mondays. You seem bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. How was your weekend? I mean, the weekend was busy. The little alerts are food, and it's so cute. Thank you. I spent some time. I made sure. I figured out why the alerts would just keep going off. Like, if you gift a bunch of subs, it would say, like, so-and-so has gifted a bunch of subs, and then it would list every single person individually that got a sub. And I think I figured it out, so that shouldn't happen again. No.
Drink water!
Thank you for the hydrate. I will grab my water in one moment. Un momento, por favor. Water. Beat the heat, drill sergeant. Beat the heat. I had roommates that were older than me when I was in my first year of college, but now they left. But also I have new roomies. ... Yeah, that is, that's how roommates and college work. Cookies? Your Spanish is good? Gracias? Ben, I turned off all the Elden Ring type redeems, just FYI. Thank you. I think I got the channel point ones, but I may have missed some other stuff. State of mild anxiety? No, everything's fine. I wasn't. I just dropped something. I wasn't like anything like it. No, okay, sorry. We're gonna cooking. We're cooking now. So are you mad at me? I feel like I nailed that state of mild anxiety. I feel like I nailed that. It was very well done. Thank you. Thank you. Really had to step out of my comfort zone. Also, I saw a couple of you were hanging out in Stream's subathon stream the other day. So thank you for supporting my friend in her subathon. Absolutely insane, by the way. She got something is the gimbal was emitting a high-pitched like ee. And I probably wouldn't have heard it, but I have super hearing. She has marbles. I had to go play for a while. Good. Yeah, no, she's great. Marbles is a lot of fun. Her subathon's going off
For the flawless
crazy.
performance, that state of mild anxiety came so naturally. You must have practiced often.
Thank you for the bits, real derp potato. So I've never had anxiety up until the beginning of last year. So about a year ago, I got adult onset anxiety. But it has calmed down a lot since the time it first hit. So I really don't get anxiety often. I do for some things here and there, but for the most part, I'm pretty anxiety free, which is real nice. Okay. I think with that, we are ready to go. One day, I've been stuck for 42 months. Did I contribute to that anxiety phase? I love contributing to personal development. No, you did not contribute to that development. But I mean, I appreciate you being subbed for so long. That's nice. I'd love to know a life without anxiety. Well, it's either no anxiety or constant anxiety to the point of I don't feel it anymore. CPTSD. All right, so we are making, we're gonna make some American Chop Suey, which, if you didn't know, is a food dish and not a song by System of a Down. It is also a song by System of a Down. But it's also a food. And I grew up calling it goulash. So if you know what goulash is, then you know what American Chop Suey is. I'm sure there's like 1,000 different terms for this recipe, and they all have like mild regional differences. It's a great song that was a great album, but isn't Chop Suey American in the first place? Yes, comma, but. Like, yes, the dish American Chop Suey is American. Like, the Chop Suey is American. Yes, but the words Chop Suey are not American. So sometimes you name something like, it's like Thai tea. Thai means tea, but Americans don't speak that language. So we need to call it Thai tea so that the average person knows they're ordering tea. If the average person were to make chop suey, everybody eating it would go, I didn't know you knew how to make an Asian dish. Do you mean chai tea? Yes, that's the one. The other, I switched the C with a T at the beginning. Chai tea. You'll have to forgive me. My mind is on American Chop Suey. before we really get started, I'm gonna do a little sharpening of the knife here. Naan means bread, so bread. Yeah, same thing. The Thai iced tea, delicious. Not sure what convoy I joined on, though. Isn't kowtowing to the linguistically uninformed? Isn't it kowtowing to the linguistically uninformed? You could refer to it as kowtowing to the linguistically uninformed, or you could refer to it as the natural way that language evolves. Ben, do you drink water? No, I don't drink any alcohol, no. I wonder what would chai tea be in a language where chai is the word for tea. Chai? Probably chai. Probably just chai. And I bet if you go to wherever, there's probably like tea chai, which is like, do you want American tea? Sorry, it's chai in our language, so we're just gonna call it tea chai. Hey Ben, can you do Florida's laugh, please? Gotta go. Thanks for all the stand-up. Hope to catch you live sometime. Keep being you. Thanks for popping in, Made BH7. Yeah, but doesn't chai tea refer to a specific type of tea? I don't drink tea, so I'm not well versed in this conversation, but probably. And in that case, they would just refer to it as whatever they call it. We're not kowtowing to, my point here is we're not kowtowing to the linguistically uninformed. The point of communication is to be understood. If you want to put hurdles between being understood and understanding, that's on you. I would recommend not. Does Ben like spicy food? Yes. Is it spicy because it tastes good, or is it spicy for the pain? Because those are two different things, and I like the first one. I don't like it when spicy exists just to cause pain. Like the chips. Those chips don't taste good. If the stove turns on in the first hour of Mealtime Monday, something's wrong. Tastes good. Then yeah, I'm into it. Good news, my A1C is down 1-ish point since starting my diabetic meds 2 months ago, which I'm told is good progress. Congrats. Okay. The knife is sharpened. We will be using that. Trivia for the chai. In India, you'd be asking for masala, which just means spiced, because that's what it is. So chai masala or masala chai? Fun. Dude, I had a student collapse because of one of those chips, and we had to call a dang ambulance. I was 90% sure he was in mild anaphylaxis. That's crazy. Yeah, we can just use the same thing here. Elbow macaroni on sale. 4 boxes, $5. Never boiled water. Never boiled water in a Dutch oven before. Like, I know it can be done, and that's what we're about to do. Like, it's elbow macaroni. I don't need the giant pot. And also, keeping it like this means we only use 1 pot to cook. So we're trying it. If it spills over, that's why we have towels, people. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, look, I can do this now. Wow. Maybe I get a longer cord. I could get a longer cord. Just gotta find one that works. Do you have a longer cord handy? Maybe. But the thing, we just moved everything out of the office so that Daniel could move in. So, like, I know I have a longer cord. It's somewhere right now. While we are... Give away my room? Damn it! Stove's hot. While we're waiting for the water to boil to cook this pasta, we got some dicing to do. We're also going to, also, are we sure it's a Dutch oven? Because it has a long handle and not a cast iron pot. It is a cast iron. But it's, here, I'll show you the other piece of it. So this is the top, this is the lid. The lid is also a cast iron. It is dirty, which is why we're not using it, but this goes like as a lid on top. So they're both cast iron, and together they make a Dutch oven, but they're also both multi-purpose. So like, this is the lid and also a cast iron pot, cast iron pan. This is a cast iron pot and a Dutch oven. My grandma got it, and she loves to sit on the couch with the Sears catalog. And that's how I have it now. She also gave me a thing that can hold a Ziploc bag open for you. I've never used it. Oh, she also gave me a crank TV one time. I did use that one because I thought it was funny. Hey, does anyone know? Do you still have the Crank TV? I don't. Wait, there's still a Sears catalog? I don't know if it's still a thing, but that's definitely what my grandma used to be reading all the time. In case you don't know, what I'm doing right now is I'm taking some paper towels, I'm wetting them, I'm wringing them out, and then I put it under my cutting board to keep my cutting board from sliding around while I'm using it. Ben, finish your question. What was my question? I don't remember what if I knew I would answer it. Does anyone know? I got nothing. I don't know. What could I have possibly been trying to ask? I don't know. Okay, we need onion. We need garlic. Where in Florida do I buy the best gator meat? Wherever you are. Nothing beats fresh. Oh, man. Rat's pajamas. It's fine. The person shopping for my groceries today did not buy a green bell pepper. Just didn't know if the dude selling it next to the interstate was legit or not. I'm sure he just had a gator on his property. Fried gator nuggets with fried okra is the best. Only place I could find that around here is Razoo's. That's a pretty common thing in Florida for sure. What am I looking for? Oh, this. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? There we go. All is not lost. Come on. There we go. All is not lost, baby. Oh yeah, I forgot. Boom. I skip bell peppers and start with poblanos. Okay, well I don't have poblanos either. This weekend I'm going to City Winery to see Katie Asaurus. Ooh, that sounds fun. Katie's great. All right. It's boiling. In go the nudes. Down goes the box. We're staying at a fancy dancy hotel downtown. Then spring break starts for me next week. Nice. What do you want? What do you want from me? All right, we're doing onions and garlic. No bell pepper. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything else. Got the macaroni, we got some butter, onion, garlic, ground beef, bell pepper, diced tomato, tomato juice, tomato sauce, tomato paste, granulated sugar, dried oregano, dried basil, salt, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, sounds good. Easy peasy. Do you have any frozen veggies to substitute? I do, but I want to use that for, like, fried rice. I don't think he's intentionally ignoring me. The chats can be very fascinating. You skip over people. I'm also extremely obnoxious and annoying, so if he intentionally ignores me, I don't take offense, but he doesn't seem like that kind of person. I'm not ignoring you. It is a lot harder for me to keep up with everything while I'm on my laptop because I don't have a second screen. So if I need to look at anything else, I can't see chat while I'm doing that. Glue high. The boss says if I send you $7, you have to die. Seems extreme. That is only supposed to play when I am playing Elden Ring. If I am playing Elden Ring and you send me a $7 super chat, I will die in game. You're 2 portobello mushrooms away from a solid ragu. Yeah. I also just have a jar of ragu. I didn't think you were. Love you, Shot. Love you too. All right. Step 1, don't let the noodles stick to the bottom of the pan. Step 2, we're gonna dice some onion. gonna be a bitch to clean later. C'est la vie. As the Irish girl group from Ireland in the 90s, Bewitched, once said, C'est la vie. Why is it called Chop Suey if it has elbow macaronis? What would you think is in Chop Suey? Then what would the name Chop Suey imply to you? Noodles. Okay. And what is elbow macaroni if not noodles bent and cut short? What is grief but pain enduring? Or what is grief but love enduring? And what is elbow macaroni but noodles short and cut bendy? A rich and interesting history of Chinese immigrants coming to the Americas, introducing the cuisine to the West. Yeah. So here's a little a food trivia question that is somehow related. Where were Cuban sandwiches invented? New York, I think, or Florida, Miami, Florida, New York. I like how nobody guessed Cuba. I'm leaning towards Tampa too. Yeah. It is hotly debated between Miami and Tampa, Florida. But it's called the Cuban sandwich. It was invented in America. This is American Chop Suey, which is also known as Chop Suey. Because Chop Suey was invented in America. Come on, noodles. Don't let the starch win. Fight the noodles, Ben. Might as well call me these noodles the power, because boy, I'm fighting it. Is letting the starch win like letting the intrusive thoughts win? Yeah. Both ruin dinner. We're such a gift to the world, but only in terms of food. Don't think about anything else. America has given a lot of things. I always thought that someone from Cuba made the sandwich in America to remind them of home with the ingredients we have. Sort of. Colander. Quickest way to ruin spending time with others is letting the intrusive thoughts win. And that is why you're supposed to mix regularly. Hey Ben, what recipes do you consider comfort food? Whatever recipe brings you comfort. Ketchup made up with mushrooms? Make us reverse all the foods you could think of have kind of, in a way, came here. That's not to say they have been exact from their home country like ketchup, early days mushroom ketchup. What is the charge? Eating a meal, a succulent American Chinese meal? Potatoes are a big one from the Americas in general. Yeah. Hey Ben, damn, that's interesting. You had noodles stuck to the pan, huh? I did. I got distracted. I stopped stirring. I know it's joked about a lot, but American culture is deeply rooted to food. As a man who comes from the land of giant tenderloins, it can get weird sometimes. God bless Indiana. Gotta put oil and garlic salt in the pasta water? You don't have to. Right, but you, Ben, what are your favorite comfort foods? I don't think I have any. Because I think your comfort foods are established for you in, like, your youth. And my youth didn't have comfort. I need a game I can play on my Mac. There are a lot of games you can play on your Mac. And they all work well when the company decides to actually use their team to make the game available on Mac. My comfort food is salt crackers? That's not a comfort food. Those are just saltine crackers. There we go. All right, we are waiting for the pan. We're waiting for the pan, the stove to cool off a little bit because we don't want all of that extreme heat for the next steps. And while we wait, we can dice our onion. Best part about onions is one of the cuts is already made for you. Forgetting salt to bring out the liquid. Am I missed? Was that part of a different? Thinking making a dessert with one of these sessions. I'm not a big dessert guy. I don't really bake all that much. If you actually do history research, real ketchup came from China during one of the Xi empires. It's really what you want to make it. Nobody should tell you what you like or hate. Yeah. Everything about is it just vinegar, sugar, and whatever fruit you have on hand? Ah, that's where the salt comment comes from. Yeah. I think you didn't salt the pasta water. I did salt the pasta water. Part of a chain about ketchup ingredients. Ah, gotcha. If you want, you should try carbonara one day. Yeah, I've made a carbonara. If you go to my Discord, you can post in my... There's a channel in my Discord where you can suggest and recommend recipes for me to try. Ketchup came from China. Really interesting claim considering tomatoes came from the Americas. Ketchup wasn't originally made from tomatoes. Thank you, Bri Gwen. 'Twas not originally made from tomatoes. Ooh, how do I get the Discord? Type !Discord and the link will pop up. Boom. Ya boy's a professional streamer. Garlic time is garlic time. Then it wasn't ketchup. It was another type of sauce. It was ketchup. Red Sky Blue Jay, your inability to think about language in a flexible manner will only stunt your ability to communicate with others. Being a stickler for the way things are and what words mean will only mean that you will not evolve with language, and language will leave you behind. It can't be ketchup because it wasn't made from tomatoes. Well, historically, you're 100% incorrect. I think the tomato version is probably the best version, and that's why that version became known as ketchup, while the rest are no longer considered ketchup. But language evolves. Things change meanings. It's how this shit always works. Reply from Red. Ketchup made from tomatoes, made from nightshade. They are a family of the same from potatoes, paprika, and eggplants, but screw it. Well, you are correct about that, so you're half right. I'm correct. Language evolving is a good thing. Yep. And even if it's not a good thing, it is simply a thing. It's going to happen. And you can either evolve with it, or become the grumpy old man sitting on his porch. I had banana ketchup once when I with a Jamaican beef patty. Pretty good. I'd eat that. That sounds good. Crush. Jacket. Ben, you answered earlier that you don't have a certain comfort food. Do you have a preference on a type of food you like? Curry-based, Hispanic, Oriental, etc., or better yet, a food you do not enjoy? Italian's good. Japanese is good. Chinese is good. Soul food's good. Traditional Southern is good. Pretty much anything that involves potatoes, big fan of that. Suppose I'm the grandpa on the front porch, even though I'm not that old. You might not physically be that old, but your brain has stopped growing, that's for sure. I am live. Just
I know, yeah. What up, nerds? Oh, where we at? What up, nerds? There we go. Yeah. Ooh, we're GoProing it today.
We are.
I think that's actually.
Hey! We got it.
Hey. Hell yeah. What's up, baby?
Hold on.
Oh, digital lens, wide lens. What? Oh,
wait, it'll. Yeah.
Wow.
Boys.
What up, baby?
Danny?
Well, hi, Danny. What's up, Comical Tuber?
Daniel.
You might see him more too now. Yeah.
Just a couple of D's.
Couple of D's. D's nuts. Hey, Danny, Daniel. What's up, Cal? Cal, I saw you in my chat earlier today for my live stream stuff, I believe, which is fun. What up, people? Oh, gosh. Oh, garlic. Garlic on the ground.
It still has the jacket on it, so it's fine.
That's what we call it. Hello, Daniel, says the love mystery. The double D's. Ooh.
The double D's.
Maybe combined.
Ben and his double D's.
Diners, drive-ins.
And Ben's.
No
And
dice.
Ben's. Yeah. Oh.
Dine-ins, drive-ins, and B's. So many B's.
And
All
brains.
the D's.
What up for, anyway, yeah, I just wanted to come down and say hi. I'm gonna refill my water a little bit and then,
Y'all going to Ralph's?
We're going to Ralph's. I can bring big boy bag. Or, yeah, a couple of these TJ's bags here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a big boy?
I am a big boy.
Big boy.
Well, you gotta bring the big boy bag.
Yeah, that's required. Okay, and then we'll just. Alright. What are you making, Ben?
Chop Suey, or as I goulash is what I grew up. Yeah, I'm cooking System of a Down.
Yeah. Oh no!
Yep, the whole band.
No! Serge Tankian, no!
Serge, get out of the pot.
He's the only one I know by name.
Yeah, same.
I guess that's how most bands go, where it's just, you know, the lead singer, that's about it usually. Unless they have a particularly notable other person.
How good does it smell in the kitchen? I haven't started cooking yet. It's just
There's not a whole lot to
I
smell
have
yet.
Starch.
yeah, I've cooked pasta.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of smell yet. Once the garlic will get going, though. When we come back, I expect it to smell good, Ben.
I hope to be done by the time you guys get back.
Well, joke's on you. We're gonna be back in 5 minutes.
5 minutes? You can't even get to Ralph's in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
unsalted butter, please.
Okay.
Just sticks of unsalted. This is my last one.
Okay.
Por favor. Por favor. All right, butter in the pan. Butter in the pan. We're gonna let that melt. We're gonna add just a little bit of oil to keep the butter from burning. And once the butter is melted and we got to temp, we're gonna drop the onions in. While the onions are cooking, we can mince the rest of our garlic and throw those in for a minute until they're fragrant. I was looking for my good spatula. It was in the drying rack. Why is it still hot when the sun has been down for hours? Come on, humid and muggy Florida, give me a break. Yeah, I moved out west where it's dry, and now the temperature changes when the sun goes down. It's wild. Is he going to the store? Because if so, he should get you a green bell pepper. By the time he gets back from the store, we won't need the green bell pepper. Okay, I'm old, can't hang. Y'all have a good time. Good night. Good night, Marshall Kearney. All right. All right, we have like 3 minutes to dice this to mince this garlic. While the onions saute. Mince, 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 mince. You know what was a really good invention? The slap chop. Slap chops are great. What do you mean I never have to dice or mince an onion or garlic again? I just put it in the thing and slap? Excellent invention. Onions are fine. Cheap slap chops rarely work. Then don't buy a cheap one. What are you skipping out on a plastic utensil for? Spend the $20 and buy a normal slap chop. Right, Charles? That's minced enough. Okay. Slap chop would just mash up your food. No. Like, I've used a slap chop before, and it does what it's supposed to do. You put it in, you pop, 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 and then it minces it. Do you not have a slap chop? Why are you mincing over here like a chump? I wish I had a slap chop. You're gonna love my nuts. In goes the garlic. And we cook until fragrant. Usually takes about a minute. That commercial went so hard, didn't it? Hey, check this out. You're gonna love my nuts. I feel like that's wild to hear out of context for anybody who hasn't seen that commercial. The old Slap Shop commercial after Billy Mays, the other guy that replaced Billy Mays, he would do the Slap Shop and he goes, watch this. Onion, sure, bang. Garlic, easy. Watch this, even, crazy. Nuts. And he would take nuts, he'd slap the nuts, and he'd chop the nuts, and he'd do it again, and he'd go, you're gonna love my nuts. And he would, yeah. It's a crazy time for commercials in the USA. Too bad the skinny guy turned out so horrible. What happened to him? What happened to him? Also, this recipe, try to beat up a hooker who beat his ass instead. First I've heard of this, but good for her. She did not love his nuts. Hey, check this out. You don't love my nuts. Untrue. And he went full asshole and is running for office? What? Also, this recipe calls for 1 pound of ground beef, but alas, however, there are 3 adult men who live in this house. Two pounds of ground beef. It'll be fine. Salt. Pepper. All right, I'm gonna hold off 85-15, nah, 80-20, because I love flavor. I love the give me the fat content. Also, I'm gonna stop at salt and pepper right now, because I know for sure one of the tomato ingredients that I'm adding is already seasoned, but I don't remember what seasonings are in it. So I'm gonna season it again after I add those to make sure I'm not like tripling down on one thing. Ugh. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but if you could see the burnt at the bottom of the pan. I should have scrubbed out the noodles that had stuck there. I didn't. So now the bottom of the pan is a little burnt, but it's literally just starch that's burnt down there. And yeah, it might make a good fond. It could, for sure, make a great fond. Will it? Turn on your vent hood, it's bothering me. Do you feel better now? Are you soothed, Sharpshooter? Was it too quiet for you? Did you have to hear your own thoughts? Did you have to sit with them? finally I'm ready for work and I head out, but I'm leaving this on so you can babysit my dog for me while I'm out. Thanks for the favor. Bye. Bye, Sisyphus. Hello, Sisyphus's dog. Be good. Be good dog, Sisyphus. Be good dog, Sisyphus's dog. Was the steam bothering you? Well, the steam is still gonna be there. You know, I was thinking, you know what will go really good with this right now? Green bell pepper. You'd have to get a cast iron skillet chain link scrubbing to really get rid of all of it, and even then, you are really never getting rid of it. I think it's gonna be okay, Xavier. I like getting a skillet searing hot and then putting down room temp ground beef in it and squish it down so little pieces get those same fatty crunch pockets like a fat cap on a steak. Isn't that the whole idea behind a smash burger? That's what smash burgers are. It's a pet peeve of mine. All right. I clipped the part where Ben slapped the meat in the pan and it's hysterical. Can't wait to see it. Also, Annie. I thought of another thing for Elden Bringo. Where are you? Because I always be looking for stuff. I be looking around for things and people, and I don't know where they are, and then I just say, where are you? And then I go, you know, I'm so sorry. Oh, it'll be fine. Best thing you could do right now is onion soup mix. That'd go good with it. Actually, the best thing I could do right now, Xavier, is continue cooking this Chop Suey. And make German meatballs again on buttered potatoes. I need to use the capers in my pantry. Yeah, that sounds great. I'd eat the fuck out of some German meatballs on buttered potatoes. Right. Okay, we need fucking diced tomatoes. We need fucking tomato sauce. We need fucking tomato paste. And we need some fucking tomato juice. Look at these tiny little tomato juices. Look at this. Angels and airwaves? Sort of. Like mostly Angels and airwaves. I think that song is probably closer to Boxcar Racer than Angels and Airwaves, though. I'm not hating on it. It looks freaking amazing. I would eat it as long as everything didn't look even close to pink. Xavier, come on. It's gotta be a little close to pink. Don't you like flavor? It's just beef. It won't kill you. Fast. Live a little. Die sooner. There's also, there are a couple recipes in my Discord right now that I looked at making, a couple Indian dishes. But most of those are like marinate the chicken for 3 hours, but preferably overnight. And when you live the life that I do, today was not a great day for a thing that required me to plan overnight ahead of time. Let's go. Quote, add, live a little, die sooner. 14 quotes in the quote thing. Yeah. Diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato juice, tomato paste, sugar. How much of all this stuff are you telling me to do? 14 ounces of diced tomatoes? That's about 1 can. 5.5 ounces of 100% tomato juice. Yeah, sure, that'll work. 15 ounces tomato sauce. Yeah, that seems right. 6 ounces tomato. These are just the exact measurements on the cans, lady. She's just saying, get a can. She get 1 can diced tomatoes, 1 can tomato juice, 1 can tomato sauce, 1 can tomato paste. Makes my life easier. Wait, where's my can opener? Found it. This sounds like it's gonna be pretty acidic. Well, that's why you add the sugar. If you add sugar, the sweetness of the sugar balances the acidic of the tomatoes. Carrots also counter the acid a little? Huh. Could you look me in the eye and tell me I do not need to buy tomato juice if there is already juice of tomato in the can of tomatoes?
Ooh, please.
You'd probably be fine. I think the only reason they wanted me to get the extra tomato juice is because they're trying to say, like, hey, this needs a bit more liquid. Carrots have natural sugar. I mean, all vegetables have natural sugar. Anyone have their mom add sugar to spaghetti sauce? I don't think my mom ever did, but I know it works and it's pretty normal. Fun fact, sugar also balances out. If the bottle of black pepper unexpectedly opens and you gotta clean that up, use sugar to balance it out. Yeah. And then if you need to clean up salt, add water or milk. Taste-wise, sure. Yes, Red Sky, taste-wise. Well, I mean, we're not doing like a chemistry project. Can't do that with ragu though, it freaking sucks. Diced tomatoes in the pot. Tomato sauce, 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 tomato sauce, sauce, sauce. This tomato juice has a pull top. I think this is meant for drinking. Tomato juice. Shoes. Got it. Ugh. Why tomato paste gotta be like that? Just let gravity get you out. Wasting my damn time. Stay in the Dutch oven, please. Do not go biblical on me. My cup should not runneth over. Jesus may turn water into wine, but at least he kept it inside the lines. Okay. Ben, are you Catholic? Nah. Anyone here have their mom add its Filipino style spaghetti? So my mom always made it that way. Sugar in spaghetti sauce is not necessarily just Filipino style. I mean, I'd be willing to say that all Filipino-style spaghettis have sugar in the sauce, but not all spaghettis with sugar in the sauce are Filipino-style. Tangential, but I did not know Minutemen had a historical importance. I always thought it was just the dudes from the Disney Channel movie with Jason Dolly. Comical. Comical, how old are you? I just need to know how worried I should be. Yeah, I get that. Thank you for enlightening me. Sugar in the sauces to reduce the acidity of the tomatoes, especially when using canned tomatoes. You can also use orange peel? Interesting. 22. I'm moderately worried that you didn't know the Minutemen were a thing. Moderately. Now, if you were like 30, I'd be like, ugh. If you were younger, I'd be like, there's still time to learn about it. 22, I think, is like the verge of like, moderate. That's moderate. I learned, and I'm proud of you. No. I'm not saying it is, first of all, let me say this. It is not your fault that somebody didn't educate you in your youth at the time you were supposed to be taught that thing. It is not your fault. This is a systemic failure. And I'm proud of you for learning about it. What's the Minutemen? The Minutemen were dudes during the American Revolution and or the Civil War I suppose, but I'm pretty sure the American Revolution, the Minutemen were men who could fire a musket, reload, and fire a musket again in 60 seconds or less, which at the time was hella fast. I mean, like, I don't know exactly what the average time is. Thank you for the follow, Just Call Me Mark. I don't know what the average time it took for a normal person to reload and fire again was at the time, but it was so much slower than 1 minute that the dudes who could do it in a minute or less were fucking special. It was something at like 2.5 to 3 minutes. Yeah. It was like, just like having 8 dudes that could reload and fire a musket in under 60 seconds fucking could change a fucking battle, a whole battle. I'm honestly crying right now. The Minutemen were men who were able to be available to fight the British at a moment's notice. Yes, comma, but, Annie. They were called the Minutemen because they could reload a musket fucking fast as hell. But a symptom of being able to load and fire a musket fast as hell was that they were also always ready to fight the British. If it only took you 1 minute to load a rifle, then it also only took you 1 minute to fight the British. Not to mention the use of guerrilla tactics. Yeah, we got that from the indigenous. The indigenous and the drunks. It was the drunk white men hanging out with the indigenous is how we got guerrilla warfare. Not sure how I knew about those Minutemen either. I'm 23. I learned about them in history class in high school, so I think it's probably pretty normal. Definitely the drunks. Don't say definitely. It was the indigenous, for sure. Like, we have a lot of historical research and documentation showing that the indigenous were the ones that truly invented guerrilla warfare. It just wasn't called guerrilla warfare until the white men started also doing it. They emphasized the minute's notice availability in most history classes, not the super fast firing capabilities. Well, that's weird. It's weird that they emphasize being ready to fight at a moment's notice. Because the reason that they were ready to fight at a moment's notice is because they could fucking reload so fast. They were, like, 1 Minuteman was worth 3 soldiers. Because it took like 3 minutes for the average dude to reload that shit. This guy could fire 3 times in that amount of time. Listen, if there's any one good thing, I'd say there are 3 things that are truly, deeply, at their roots, the core. What was the average time to reload and fire back then? Something about like 2.5 to 3 minutes. The Redcoats had a habit of invading villages and towns at night, so they had to get out there quick. Yeah, which is why they learned how to reload that shit so fucking fast. There are 3 things that are at their roots, core and deep, to what it's like to me, what it is meant to be an American. 1 is being really fucking good at fighting. 2 is laughing in the face of historic tradition. And 3 is stealing the ideas of minority cultures and claiming them as our own. The Minutemen, no longer lining up in a straight line to fight. Guerrilla warfare. That's what it means to be an American. Yeah, somebody said it took 20 to 30 seconds to reload at the time. Yeah, it took 20 to 30 seconds to reload a musket when you are not in the middle of being shot at. I had to piss, but I'm so fucking sorry. I was actually wrong. That's kind of nuts. Shoot. It's okay to be wrong, Xavier. People are wrong all the time. And you're a people. It's okay to be wrong. It's bad to not accept it and grow. The Book of Merit wasn't lost during the War of 1812. I believe the accomplishments of minorities at the time would be held in greater acclaim. Maybe. But also, maybe not. Wait, Minutemen were reloading and firing under a minute while getting shot at? Yeah, that was the point. That was the point. They were in battle, right? They were actively in war, being fired upon by the enemy, and could still reload and fire another musket in under a minute. If you were by yourself alone in the quiet, you could reload and fire a musket in under a minute. If you were on the field of battle, actively staring at the guy who is also reloading to shoot you dead, do you think you could reload and fire a musket in under a minute? Oh, sugar, sugar. You're my sugar sauce. And you balance out the acid now. Oh, honey, honey. Wow, this smells like tomato. That's crazy. I never would have guessed that. What other historical trivia do you guys know? I know a lot, but not off the dome. And rifling hadn't been invented yet, so the shots knuckleballed everywhere. Yeah! I need to do more American history research. May I make a suggestion about where you begin? John Brown. Start with John Brown and Bleeding Kansas. Read everything that you can find about John Brown and Bleeding Kansas. Rifles existed, they were just not as common. Oh, no, they were all technically rifles, Annie, but rifling, the corkscrew inside the barrel of a rifle, that would rotate the bullet as it shot and would be able to fire more accurately. That hadn't been invented yet. So we just had a musket ball and a smooth pipe, and the ball would knuckleball. Why did they call them rifles if they didn't have rifling? Well, they called them muskets. That's more of like a hindsight thing. Hindsight is 2020. We can look back and go, yes. Rifles are kind of, but the rifling is what made bullets accurate. I did read that book, but I don't remember it. I will go back and reread it. Don't reread it. Better idea. There's a podcast called The Dollop. DOLLOP. They have Oh, it might be the Dollop. It also might be Time Suck with Dan Cummins. I don't remember which one. It's either Time Suck or it's the Dollop. But look up Time Suck or look up the Dollop, their episode on John Brown or their episode on Bleeding Kansas. This man was fucking insane. And he's my favorite. Oh, honey, honey. Sugar, sugar. Let's get a little bit. Take a little bit of this meat sauce for me. Time Suck with Dan Cummins, John Brown, Bleeding Kansas. Got it. We'll find it. It's either Time Suck with Dan Cummins, John Brown, Bleeding Kansas, or it's the Dollop, John Brown, Bleeding Kansas. You got all of the correct names, but it's the Dollop is an American history comedy podcast where it's an American history story read aloud by two comedians. One of them knows the story, one of them is hearing it for the first time. It's phenomenal. Oh, yeah. Wasn't there a guy in World War II that was pretty much unstoppable? I can't remember. I don't know, Eisenhower? There's one very specific guy that was unstoppable in World War II right until the end of World War II. Unfortunately. Episodes 438 to 440 of The Dollop, parts 1 through 3 of John Brown. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it right there. The Dollop, John Brown, 3-part episode. That's how much shit is in there. If you guys have ever wondered and thought to yourself, man, I wonder what started the Civil War. It was John Brown. John Brown started the Civil War because John Brown said, I'm sick and fucking tired of people disrespecting black people. God loves everyone. This direct quote from John Brown: not a day in this country will go by without bloodshed until all men are equal. One point, his children were kidnapped. They didn't give his children back. He went to a temporary town that was built specifically to train and house militiamen for the South. He went to that town, killed a bunch of them, and lit the whole town on fire. And as he's walking into the woods away from this fire, there's literally a fucking letter written by one of the dudes that was with him. At some point, while walking into the woods away from this tower, this village that he burned down, he stops, he looks back at the burning village, and then he says, God sees it, and then he continues walking into the woods. He represented himself at his own trial, and his opening remarks were to stand up and go, if you go through with this trial, you are all cowards in the eyes of God. Hang me now. I did it, and I will do it again. Hang me now, or else be cowards in the eyes of God. He took over Harper's Ferry, which is where all the weapons and ammo are being made for the South. He just took it over. And then he stole like the pistol and the saber from George Washington's family line. He stole the pistol and the saber, and he stood on top of Harper's Ferry, and he gave the pistol and a saber to a black man to hold aloft where all of the guns were made. He had a black man stand on top of Harper's Ferry holding a gun and a saber from fucking George Washington. What a man. What a G. What an absolute shit stirrer. You wanted change? Yup. He was one of the only abolitionists that wasn't also a pacifist. What are all the seasonings my soul is telling me to add? Garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasonings, rosemary, thyme, basil, oregano, parsley, red pepper flakes, salt and pepper. Oh, frick, I forgot. Can I be arbitrarily acknowledged for highlighting a comment, please? Did you already highlight it, or are you just asking if I will when you do? Found a jar of my pasta sauce in the freezer today, and I can't wait for it to thaw for dinner tomorrow. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Worcestershire! Wash your sister sauce! Wash your sister sauce! Yo, imagine making a meal with wash your sister sauce and slap your mama sauce. I highlighted the one you just read and I laughed way harder than necessary reaction. Thank you. Oh. The thing that I use to read the chats doesn't apparently highlight the stuff. Which is very funny. See, now that just seems wrong, but that's my Italian bias speaking. So here's the thing about like when Americans make the traditional meals of other countries and then change it up a little bit, we make it better. The reason that like American Italian food is more often than not better than the Italian version is because the Italians are like stuck in the tradition of how things have always been. Well, the Americans are like, yeah, but if we added a little bit of this, it would be better. Which is why Cajun food is so good, because it's 3 or 4 different cultures coming together and going, but if I added a little bit of my thing to a little bit of your thing, it could be even a better thing. If you offer me traditional Italian food or you offer me like American Italian food, I'm probably gonna want the American Italian food because it's better. And here I thought the difference was the cream. No. Huge win for the US purely through the lens of food. Yeah. It's like our only real win that's just always happening. It's how we got soul food. Well, we got soul food because we gave the slaves the worst bits of everything and said, this is what you have to eat, and then they made it better. They aren't anything alike by the intermingling of cultures, and cuisine is phenomenal no matter where you go in the world, much like language. They aren't anything alike. They aren't anything alike? What were the 2 podcast names again? The Dollop and Time Suck. They both do a lot of like history, but just different styles. I love both of them. I can't get over the fact that you think they're nothing alike. They're they're incredibly similar. More often than not, we take the traditional Italian dish and we just add something to it. It's the same dish with some extra stuff in it. So for you to say that they're not anything alike is boggling. I know you don't want them to be similar, but they're very similar. They're basically the same with a couple extra things that the Americans added. Because we're not stuck in like that country's like traditional history of how things need to be. We're looking at their food through a new perspective and a new lens, and the freedom of not feeling need to be bogged down by it. Ben, you're kind of a nerd. And you know what? I eat the fuck out of greens. Small wins. Not a big greens guy myself, but I also don't like vinegar, so what are you gonna do? When I think of it, I think of the cuisine that was not influenced by the introduction of the tomato from Spain. When I think of it, I think of the cuisine that was not influenced by the introduction of the tomato from Spain. Okay, we have those things too. Alfredo sauce is not tomato based. And we make the fuck out of some Alfredo sauce. A lot of traditional Alfredo sauce is just like butter and cheese. But the American version is like butter, flour, make that roux. We're gonna fucking cook up some garlic. We're gonna toss that in there. There's a loss of nuance in this format of communication in the celebration of multiple influences, what I was getting at. Sure. I mean, I believe your original comment was, you said, now that just seems wrong, but that's my Italian bias speaking. You tell me where in that comment, Red Sky Blue Jay, did you even make the attempt of celebrating multiple influences? You said, that seems wrong. But the uniqueness of dishes that you see exclusively in one place or another should not be dismissed. I don't want to dismiss things that I only see in one place or another. But you started this conversation by saying, that seems wrong. Cajun is literally a combo of Italian, French, Spanish, and essentially a lot of European Nova Scotian. Yeah. Drink water. I've had people tell me it's not real teriyaki, and I'm like, no, it really is, just that it was changed for the climate. Actually, Xavier, not to bust your bubble, it's only real teriyaki if it comes from the teriyaki region of France. Everything else is just sparkling soy. Where is he reading this chat? Twitch. No, this is my personal view on Worcestershire sauce, which is arguably the most flavorful thing to ever come out of British cuisine. Okay, but you could see where I would take that, right? Oh. Come on, pasta. Free yourselves from the clutches of starch. Yes, yes, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. Oh, gosh. It's so starchy. Why is it so starchy? We're good, we got it. We are truly stretching the limits of what this pot can hold. Can free yourselves from the clutches of starch be a quote? Absolutely, we can. Quote, add. wonder if I can make quotes for you. You might be able to. Jenny, hi, welcome in. Your show is absolutely amazing in Syracuse at Funny Bone. You should come back. I appreciate that, Jenny. Thank you. I'm sure I will. I do like the Syracuse Funny Bone. Have I ever had pasta with cinnamon? I have. There we go. I'll check the settings, Annie, on the, because that comes from Stream Elements. So I'll have to check the settings to see if it's set for mods to also add, or if it's just me. But you should be able to. Guys, I have a class starting now, but I'm in even more pain than usual. Should I go or nah? Well, if you're in pain, don't go. We gotta mix this so gently. Oh, we lost a noodle. Ah, another noodle down. Huh. Look like just enough to feed 3 grown men. We're hoping. So I'm pretty sure that what I've always known as goulash is actually chop suey. Don't feel weird, Glue High Priest. When I looked up the recipe for American chop suey, I out loud said, oh, so goulash. Okay, I tuned in late. American chop suey is just goulash, hot dish, whatever else you want to call it. Yeah. So there's probably, if I were to guess, I would say there's probably like 15 different names for this meal that all have very slight recipe differences. based on like regional availability of food. I want to try your dish. Well, Trina. I'm gonna post the recipe in Discord. So if you're in my Discord, there's a cooking section. I'm gonna post the recipe there. So if you want to make it for yourself, I'm from the hood. We call it beefaroni. I fuck with beefaroni, dog. Sorry. The Daytona Beach in me just came out. What you know about that fucking oodles to noodles, dog? Ramen? Fuck out of here. We didn't have Oreos. We had cream betweens. Add cheese and it's chili. Like, oh, I forgot. I bought shredded cheese for this. The Florida just leapt right out of you. Not just the Florida Annie, specifically the Daytona Beach. Not all Florida places will lead you to say these things and to know about them. Hamburger helper was a staple in my household. With the exception of the bell pepper and Worcestershire sauce, I'm not seeing anything different from this just being a ragu. Daytona is still the most impressively filthy place I've ever been. Yeah. Oh, I have prego. Like I said, Red Sky Blue Jay, this dish probably has like 15 different names for the same dish, just based on like regional availability of ingredients. So like I grew up calling it goulash. It's probably very, very similar to ragu. A ragu is an Italian word for meat sauce, not just a brand. Is it still ragu if it has the noodles in it? If ragu means meat sauce, would it still be ragu with the noodles in it? As someone who lived in Daytona, yeah, it is impressively filthy and has many problems. I called it SOS. Shits on a shingle. In my house, we called it dad slop because it's essentially what he would make anytime he had to make dinner and couldn't barbecue. Ragoop, by any other name, is just dinner. Love me some goulash. In the Northeast, it's American Chop Suey. Because that's technically where American Chop Suey was invented, is the Northeast. Are we putting cheese on this mess or what? Yeah, absolutely we are. Mozzarella. How much cheese is too much? Well, if you eat it and you don't shit for a week, probably too much. The Daytona Beach bus system is a wild place to decipher. There's a bus system? I'd rather walk. The fuck is a peanut butter shot? Who mentioned peanut butter shots? Oh, Annie, Ben, did you get a peanut butter shot? I did. I did. It's a good question. So is it a sauce because it's not going on top of the pasta, or is it a base like a broth? I feel like there's a word for this that I just don't have. Maybe yet another appropriate word we can appropriate. Well, we do have a word for it. It's American Chop Suey. Now put that fucker in the oven and broil it for 5 minutes and let that cheese brown. But that's not what we want to do, Xavier. We don't want a brown cheese topping. Okay, so what is it? A peanut butter shot is, I believe it's penicillin. And it's a penicillin shot in your ass cheek. And it's thick. And it feels like, they call it the peanut butter shot because it feels like there is just a ball of peanut butter in your ass cheek for like a week. It hurts to sit down. You have to like get in the shower and take the heel of your hand on your ass and like rub out the penicillin so that it spreads. But if you do it in front of if you do it in front of anybody, it's a sharp violation. Sexual harassment, assault, readiness, and prevention. Sharp. That's really what they told us. They were like, you have to massage this out, but I swear to God, if anybody catches you doing it. I've watched Feral. I know what sharp is. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Get back in there, noodles. Yeah, that cheese is melting. Stringy, cheesy goodness. Uh-huh. Boop. Okay. It is time. But what does the shot do exactly? Like, why get it? It's a penicillin shot, so it's for your upper respiratory system. It's technically a bicillin, and yes, you have to rub it in as soon as you get it, because it hurts like a bitch the next 2 days if you don't. Yeah. It's equal to a tetanus shot. Oh, no, it is not. I've had tetanus shots. I'll take a tetanus shot all day over that. Tetanus shots, ooh, my arm is sore. Ooh, my arm is sore for a couple of days. Okay, I don't have to massage peanut butter out of my ass cheek. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Glue High Priest. I have to tap out, but what a delightful couple of hours. Enjoy your delicious meal. Thanks for hanging out, Glue High Priest. Have a great night. Get some rest. We'll be back again tomorrow for some D&D. Oh, wait, no, D&D is canceled. do we do Elden Ring? I didn't have time to prepare for my own D&D stuff. I think we'll just be doing Elden Ring tomorrow, 6 to 10 p.m. Take the peanut butter shot over rabies or monkeypox. Yeah, I also wouldn't like to have rabies or monkeypox. All right. First bite. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, gang. That is some good shit. I'm happy with that. I'm a foodgasm. I don't know about that. This is at least a 4.5 on my rating scale out of 5. Where my rating scale is 3 is fine, 4 is good, 5 is great, 2 is bad, 1 is abysmal. This is like a 4.5. It doesn't have that. There's like something missing that could take it up to like great. It's not like shockingly good, but it's good. I'd eat it again. Is it the bell pepper? I think the bell pepper would be good, but I don't think the bell pepper is what would take it to great. Toss some MSG in it. There's salt in it. Toab. I already put salt in it. But I'm gonna go eat. We're gonna be live again tomorrow. No D&D, so we're just gonna do Elden Ring from 6 to 10 p.m. Pacific time. If you're hanging out on Twitch, stick around for a moment. We're gonna find somebody to raid. Oh wait. You guys want to do a bite?
Yes.
All right, Danny and Daniel are gonna do a bite.
Oh shit! Look at all that.
Yeah, I almost chose the wrong pot.
Yeah. Wow.
Also, the original recipe says to use 1 pound of ground beef, but I was like, there's 3 of us, so I added 2 pounds of ground beef, which is
I like beef.
me too.
Beef. I was gonna say this also, Ben. Kudos. This is the most contained. I feel like not even in like a way where I'm trying to roast you. I don't even know what that was, but like this is the most manageable.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm not trying to be.
Here comes your foot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
I don't make
Alright.
a whole lot of one pot meals.
Yeah.
And I also get distracted by stream a lot, so things just end up.
And there's usually like the fact that there's nothing over here is.
Didn't even use that side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Shall we?
Big spoon.
It's American Chop Suey. I called it Goulash growing up, but it's kind of just like there's 1,000 different names for it.
Should we like kiss afterward?
If you want.
Clink it.
Clank. Well, we gotta turn around. Yeah. It's like really nice glorified hamburger helper.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, I fuck with it. We fuck with it. Double D's for 2 Bite Try.
Yeah.
Now it's a D&D stream. It is.
Oh shit.
It's the D&D stream before the D&D stream tomorrow. You guys doing D&D tomorrow, I'm assuming?
No,
No?
Fef is visiting family.
Oh, tell them to hop in.
Bring the whole family.
Yeah. Do a one shot with his family. Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
Probably shouldn't.
No.
But
That's great.
yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah. Don't you
Maybe
dare
let's have a
blame
nice
us for the
decision.
messy kitchen's great. Yeah, here to learn's like, nah.
No,
fuck
I'm
you,
I'm
yeah.
gonna blame you guys
Oh.
because I can.
Yeah. No, this is lovely, Ben. Well done.
I'm glad you like it because there's a lot of it. Hopefully, it feeds all three of us.
Oh, I mean,
I don't
At least once.
yeah, at least once. Yeah.
At least once.
All right, who are we rating today?
I mean,
Sarah's
we
still-
have to.
Sarah's doing her-
we have
yeah.
to.
You gotta rate
We
Sarah.
gotta rate Sarah in her subathon.
Yeah, I almost said streamathon. Like, I mean, that's
Same thing.
Substream.
Seba Stream. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna raid into my friend Stream.
Stream the streamer.
Stream, aka Sarah. She is in the middle of her annual subathon. She does a subathon every year to mark the anniversary of her getting partner on Twitch. She's great. If you don't know, she is very clever, Harvard-educated woman in STEM. I don't think she does. She has Twitch streaming.
Well, yeah,
Twitch streaming.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
tech. Twitch streaming is
Yeah,
tech.
that is-
Twitch is
There you
the
go.
T in STEM. It's science, Twitch, engineering, and mathematics.
Yeah.
Enemas?
Enemas? Yeah. Just doing enemas. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. All right. Hey, you know what? Hey.
But
all right.
she
This is
last
my
I
last
saw
stream, everyone. Yeah.
last I saw she was she was getting close to 5,000 subs.
Gross.
She's on day 3 right now.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Technically, she had to reset her stream because she was live for 2 straight days and her PC started to crash. So she did have to restart. So the stream time is not gonna say
That's
72.
incredibly reasonable.
So we're at 4,588 subs on her subathon right now.
Damn. Her most ever is 11,300. Is wild.
Yeah.
So 8,700 subs. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Y'all go sub to
Yeah,
Sarah.
go
I'm
hang
subbed
out.
to her because I got gifted one. So hell yeah.
Go hang out, give her a follow, give her a sub if you got it. We've unlocked a lot of her sub goals, so it's gonna be good, getting kind of weird in there, like live cooking streams. She has to wax her brother's chest at some point. It's gonna be a good time. But
Correct.
we are saying goodbye. We're gonna go eat, hop into the stream, hang out with Sarah. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time for Elden Ring.
So covered
Bye.
by the chat, yeah.
I'm Mike Wazowski.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Daniel's face is fully covered by
I'm
chat.
on
yeah.
TV.
I'm on TV.
Oh, I forgot to do a
Oh,
raid
yeah,
message.
that's
Brain
right.
raid.